everybody, Dave Nasty over here at Epic Guitar Instruction. How you doing? We're rocking out some Tom Petty today. We are going to learn Running Down a Dream. We're going to focus on Mike Campbell. He's such a fantastic guitar player. And we're going to get a little bit crazy with it, so that way we could take something that is fairly simplified and at any level, from a beginner to an advanced, we can really have fun with this. So we're going to get right into it with the low E string and that very popular riff that is played on it. So we're starting with an open string, but we're going to work chromatic, which is our fancy way of saying putting 3 frets together. And we're going to go 7, 6, and 5. And it's open fretted, open fretted, open fretted. We're going to open fret on the 3rd one now. And we're going to hit an open string. And then we're actually going to hit an E chord. So you get that. Now, ways that we could play E that are kind of fun. We can go like this, where I'm playing like an E minor type shape here. This is the 5 and 4 strings in the 2nd fret, but my pinky's over on the 3rd string. So that way it takes out the 3rd in the chord and gives a really good ring. That's some pretty big rock kind of stuff that we can do. Or we can just hit that standard old-fashioned E chord. Or we can do one more. We can go. And just go for those high strings. So we have a lot of options with that. So in the verse of the song, let's not, we want to work our way up to the cool parts here. In the verse of the song, we're going to ring out an E chord that's like a whole note strum that lasts for quite a few bars. And if we were to count it, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Like a real long time before you get to that D chord. And I believe he rubs his eyes or whatever the lyric is at that point. So what we want to do is maybe drive that a little bit more, and we could strum it with some down strumming and get a little bit more of a rock feel out of it. And then when we go to that D chord, we can hit some harmonics on the 7th fret. Maybe bend our guitar. Make some funny noises. And go back to that E. Just something that's a little bit different. I'm going off of live footage that I did in research for the video where Campbell's back there with his Telecaster or his Rickenbacker or whatever, just making crazy noises while Tom Petty's ringing out that long chord. So we have... We're driving, we're palm muting, down strumming. Back to that E and then a riff. We can do the same thing, keep it going, not complicating it. To a D, maybe we'll arpeggiate the D. Take away the middle finger. Back to the E. Now for Running Down a Dream, for our chorus, we're going to do single strumming to start us off. We have a D, a G, to an E. Now, right there is something to mention. We've seen lots of material out there. It's not an A chord. It's a D chord. A is at the very end. D, G, E. Now we can do the G like big rock style. Blocking that finger right there, kind of taking out that A. This is a little too campy. So maybe we'll go like this. So we have D, G, E. Then we're going to work our way back. E, G, but we're going to go to that A. We're going to go D, G, E, D, G, A. Now, on the tag Running Down a Dream, we hit the A chord. A, G, E, and we're back into the riff. On the record, you hear cool things with acoustic guitars going on where you might have, I'll turn my volume down just for the sake of distortion, but if I have, we can throw that in there, and that's a up, down, up, down, up, down that would accent it. So it's like... A, G, E, and put that riff in. Almost to the cool solo that's really nice and aired out with some good pentatonic licks, but we have the chords that underlie that solo and essentially that riff at times. We're going to play a C chord to a D chord to an E chord. We'll talk about the strumming hand in a minute. You can see that E rings longer. C, then the D chord, and then that E chord. So the strumming hand essentially is just doing a nice alternate strum. When you become more comfortable, you can do that. And if you're just starting, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, just hitting the change, right? That's all that really matters, because it's still just as cool. And when I'm crossing, now I'm going down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, switch, down, down, up. So that downstroke hits every single chord as I go through. And when you're strumming with a little bit of distortion or a little bit of breakup, sometimes this E chord, like we showed you in the beginning, really rings well with the rest of those open chords. That is a very Brit rock kind of Pete Townsend way to hit that chord. Rings out, awesome. Mike Campbell, we love it. It's good guitar work. So into the solo. The solo is going to work out of the pentatonic scale. And I do want to take the time now to say that if you need some help with your soloing, I should say before we get up there, in that description box, we have a really cool link that will give you some free information. And all you got to do is click on that link in that description box, and you're going to get a great ebook that shows all the scales and diagrams and everything you need that will get you launched into your soloing. And even for you more advanced players, I bet you there's going to be some information that you may not have, and it's free in that description box. All you got to do is click on that link. So the following scale will be in there, and this is your E pentatonic scale. What we're going to start off with is just a really cool unison bend, which is great for all you players out there to make sure that you get right on the tune of it. Now you can see that I'm giving vibrato on that second string, but still holding as firm as I can. To really kind of start us off into the solo, I'm going to separate them. And get into a really big bend on the high string. So now there's some improv in this. We're going to stay as true to form as much as we can. So we have this nice unison bend. We're going to separate our notes. Going for a big bend on the high string on 15. We're going to work our way up now to this shape of scale, which would be, I'm going to focus on 15 and 17, and I'm going to go. And I'm going to work a really nice little blues lick off of 17 on the high string. Big bend. I'm going to go to 15. It's a really fun lick. We're going to go back and bend here again. And catch this melody. That's a really big part of the solo there. So we have. So that lick there, as we go into this bending, just anything remotely like that is going to be cool, but I'll play it for you slow one time. Because ultimately, we're just trying to get to this lick. It's a really cool lick. There's only a couple fast ones in the solo, but this is one of them. We're going to slide up. We're going to do a cool little nuance. Don't worry, we're not going to rack your brain too hard. We're almost done. Back to that melody. Back to that theme. Back to the lick. to 17 and 20 now. And a big old bend. It's so cool because when we play licks in the style of Mike Campbell and we're just jamming the tune, you really are thinking of just classic tone and really understanding how tone works. Notice my signal is distorted, but they refer to it as breakup. It's more from an overdrive pedal than a distortion pedal, so it's kind of like your amp is at a loud volume. And if you can focus on your bends and really making a fat sound, you're right there, and that's all you need. It's such a great song. It's a classic riff. Don't need to make more out of it than is already there. So thank you so much, everybody. We would love it if you could please subscribe, as we have mentioned. Like it, leave a comment, give us suggestions of things you would love for me to show you. All of those things are fantastic for us. So thank you so much. Epic Guitar Instruction.